Well, good evening, everyone. We are back. Haha, no chicken introductions for this week. Thank you very much.
And a clever mention of the word back there, which was one of last week's issues, it turns out, since I spent the entirety of Monday lying on my back, having done something unpleasant to it.
Yes, last week was severely challenging. It just seemed to be, I don't know, nature was trying to tell us something, I think. Both
It
of
was,
us.
and then nature continued to try and tell us something for recording this week's session, actually, which, as OutCider sessions go, is surprisingly inside.
Yes, the weather did take a little turn for the worse. I mean, it did take some videos, which I'll show you now, but as you can see, it was a little bit inclement, perhaps. Not the sort of weather you want to dawdle outside in. So we managed to find alternative accommodation, for which we give great thanks to Chris and Christine Rose. Thank you very much for the use of your barn. Most hospitable, wonderful. Thank you very much.
And as you'll see, we've solved the mystery of what happened to the sword from the Arthurian legends, Excalibur.
Yeah.
Which is great, because I think historians will remember us forever, even if nobody else does. So that's a definite plus. And I think it's probably time for that chicken to introduce our first tune.
Yes.
This tune is called the Willow Tree. It has words which I will read. Beware, young maids, beware, beware, and read my rhyme, and see that you keep your garden well, and let no one steal your time. That's it. I read them. I deserve a prize. Hee hee.
So that was an old Northumbrian tune called The Willow Tree. Very beautiful, I think, and lovely just to drift along to. So, this is the end.
Well, that sounds a bit too serious, really. It's not the end.
I thought it sounded very good. I thought it sounded quite apocalyptic to go with the weather.
It's the end of the series. That's what you
end
mean.
of the series. It's end of the OutCider sessions. Partly because it's no longer possible to play outside because of the weather, and partly because actually that weather is the signal for the English holiday season.
Yes.
And we want a holiday, which would be nice.
Well,
so,
at the very least, just a moment's pause, I think.
A moment's pause. And I think you probably all need to go off as well and enjoy the weather. Murray, could you play us a little bit more of the weather we can all expect as we have a little time off now? That would be excellent. Good.
Yes.
Yes.
Good old British summertime. We had that glorious patch of hot, sunny weather when
We
you
couldn't,
couldn't go anywhere. So I'm not saying we should all go crazy, because we really shouldn't. But now there is the opportunity for a little bit more movement. Britain is superb with its traditional summer weather to keep us real. That's what it's all about. Yes.
Yes, keep us. I didn't hear that last word. Keep us wheeled. Wheeled.
Yes. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
It made sense at some point when I said it. Yes.
Oh, it's great.
Anyway, so
however, it's not a panic. Don't worry. We will be back. We've
will.
got excellent cunning plans for after the summer. We're going to have the Ciderhouse Rebellion folk show, which will feature us scrabbling around one way or another.
Jeremy will
music.
probably still be involved.
Jeremy is very likely to be involved, and we will be talking to and featuring music from some superb folkies. The first one will be Steve Knightley. Other stuff we'll keep under our hats for now.
Yes.
Which
Watch this space. We'll keep you posted.
The whole thing about hats might... I just very nearly did this session in a hat, the actual interview, because my hair, as you can perhaps see, is far too long. So I'm hoping that hats will be less necessary in September than they are now, one way or other. It might be nice to have my hair cut.
I hope hats won't be necessary, because I don't really do very well with hats. For some reason, they don't get on with me. Or is it the other way round? I'm not certain. However, I think my hair is probably turning into a hat. I can actually do a ponytail now. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. So hopefully we can resolve this before the new show.
Or not, because it might be all the more interesting that we come back on your screens with Murray entirely behind hair. His beard may have gone up and his hair may have come down. It might be like the abominable snowman.
It's going to be a bit sort of Jim Henson Muppet Showish if we're not careful.
Yes. However, that's, I think, an excellent link, the whole talk about snowmen, because I asked Murray if he had any suggestions of tunes for this week, and having presumably lost his grip entirely, he came up with two, one of which was called The Ice Dance, and the other is called Christmas Blizzard. Murray, can you explain yourself?
Yes. I was...
Is it going to make sense?
Well, I was standing in the garden. It was cold. You asked me for some tunes. I mean, makes perfect sense to me.
Did it actually snow on you?
No, it didn't snow, actually.
Aha.
No, this is true. And it wasn't Christmas. But apart from that, it made sense. So, Christmas Blizzard, my parents live in the Orkney Islands, and I used to go up as much as I could at the Christmas hogmanay season, and it was wonderful. I mean, I love Orkney. Snow is not a particular Orkney thing with the Gulf Stream and so on. It gets very windy, but not so much snowy. It's not like the Highlands. But this one Christmas season, oh boy, it got snowy. It really did snow properly. We got stuck on the island, couldn't leave quite a way after our plans. And, it was actually rather good, to be honest. But there we go. So I wrote a tune, and it was called Christmas Blizzard.
Murray chose this. It is stupid. In fact, it is called Christmas Blizzard. And I happen to know it is almost July. However, last week or 2 weeks ago, I was in the garden and it hailed. Yes, on me, and Adam left me outside. Poor Jeremy Bird.
and a Merry Christmas to you all. Yes. So, right, well, we're not going to be idle over the summer. We will take a break, but we are, as you may expect, still going to be pretty active. You've seen over the last few weeks some of the wonderful collaboration with Adam's daughter, Jessie Summerhayes, and the poems that she's written. Well, we are well into production. The CD is recorded. It's in the studio at the moment, being mixed. It's going to be both a CD and a book, and we are aiming for a release just after the summer, actually. However, there is a performance in August, the end of August. I can't remember the date. Can you remember the date, Adam?
I think it's the 27th at the
We'll
Settled
confirm that
Storytelling.
and obviously
Yeah,
post
no,
it around.
Pretty sure I'm right. I think it's the 27th. It's the Settled Storytelling Festival, or
Yeah.
Festival of Story. Settled Stories Festival. Put those in some order and it'll be correct.
Yes. We will settle the story,
Yes.
and it will be telling. No,
Yes.
something of that order. Anyway, we will be doing I'm going to call it live because it will be filmed live. Obviously, in this current climate, it won't actually be live, but so it's not the same recording as the CD. As you know, we do a lot of our music is in the moment, so the Settle performance will be unique, and it will be on the internet end of August. So that's a date for the diary, definitely. And then the album and book will be out very shortly after that. So watch this space. It's definitely going to be worth it. I've been listening to it, obviously, in the studio over the last week or so. Amazing poems, really quite magical, the whole thing. So, yeah, I'd look out for that if I were you. And it's not the only thing coming out, is it, Adam?
I don't know. I can't remember what you asked me to say. It was something useful.
You're on fire tonight, aren't you, really?
On fire. Yeah, well, I think I need a break.
Book.
We should
If
bring
I say
these sessions to a
book,
close.
would that remind you?
Oh, yes. Well, this is Murray's theory, which I actually think we're going to have to do because he's quite insistent, to release a book of our tunes, the tunes that we've either written before we've played our pieces or the ones that have occurred as we've made the improvisations. There are lots and lots of, well, I think rather lovely folk tunes. So there will be a book.
There will be a book.
In which they are written down.
Yes.
And it'll say, this is the tune, you can play what you like.
Yes,
That's the way we do it.
absolutely. Did start off with the concept of selling a pad of blank paper and saying improvise, but I think possibly that's a bit
combined
too
with
Reggie Perrin for...
Yeah, and a blank CD.
Absolutely,
for
yes.
you to
Please.
play along to as it doesn't play anything. Which
Yes,
I think,
please
as
fill in and
marketing
return.
ideas go, yes, it could be excellent.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a really good reason to stop talking, actually.
Probably.
And, yeah.
Play some
brings us-
music.
Play some music.
This one is called Blow the Wind I.O. It is about my favorite animals. Sheep. I like sheep because sheep actually talk to me. Yes, they live over the road, and I've seen them chasing off the sparrows. Yes, useful sheep. If I knew the words, they would go like this. Blow the wind, I-O. We love sheep, I-O. Because they are useful, I-O.
So, you now know a little bit of our plans over the summer, but of course there's one person we haven't mentioned and what they're going to be doing over the summer. So, Jeremy, what is he going to be up to? Well, I've not been told, but I've had a few ideas as to what I think he might be doing. I think it quite likely that he's going to go water skiing. I have heard him mentioning this as being one of his ideas. Rock climbing. I also think he might be hosting a cookery show. There's all sorts of potential for what Jeremy could get up to. I do have an idea, actually, and I'm trying to put pressure on Jeremy to do this. So if you guys could comment and encourage him on this, I think that some clothing, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever it may be, with Jeremy designed imagery. And I thought it would be quite exciting if he could recreate masterpieces of art. So just imagine Jeremy does the Scream, or Jeremy as the Mona Lisa, Jeremy as Michelangelo's David. You can just see it, or I can just see it. So ideas, please, in the comments below. But of course, there's no shutting him up. So here is the interview.
Hello, Jeremy Bird.
This morning,
Yeah.
I have been busy.
Okay, I thought this was your interview.
I have
Okay, it can be an interview. What have you been
I
doing this
have-
morning, Jeremy?
engineered an attack strategy
Oh my God. And
for the passers-by who are trying to rob the garden.
are they trying to rob
Yes,
the garden?
the horse did this morning.
Did it?
Yes, clip, clop, rob the garden.
And your attack strategy?
I wait behind the wall and at the last minute leap to the top and fly and attack
Well, that's marvellous. What's it?
into the road.
Jeremy Bird, this is not truly suitable behaviour.
Wow,
Partly because it's a public road and the horse is allowed on it,
they are not.
and partly
It
because
is
you
my
are
garden.
just a chicken and it's not your garden.
It is.
Jeremy, we need to...
Who is out here most?
You.
Yes, so it's mine.
Okay.
I have other strategies.
What are your other strategies?
I am going to invent gravity.
You're going to invent gravity?
Yes.
Well, you can't invent gravity. It's just a thing.
No, I can. It's rubbish at the moment.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
My gravity will pull upwards.
The point of that being...
I can fly better.
Well, it wouldn't have to be much good to be better, would it?
I am good at flying.
So you don't need to invent gravity.
I do!
Okay.
For long distance.
What's long?
flights.
Are you going... What? That is
The road, to get to the road.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you about your plans for the summer, because this is the last InCider or OutCider or whatever it is session. And we'll be back late.
And I will be able to catch all the sparrows.
So you're not listening to my question.
Which questions?
The one I was asking you.
Which one?
Plans for the summer?
I just told you.
Catching sparrows.
Yes.
Inventing gravity.
Yes.
Okay. Any other plans? Anything more
A shoe factory. Shoes.
You're going to make a shoe factory.
Yes, build.
You're going to build a shoe factory.
Yes.
Then make shoes.
Yes.
Nice shoes?
Red shoes.
Red shoes.
Yes.
Jeremy's Red Shoe Factory.
I know the name.
Yes.
J-Birds. red shoes.
Okay.
Yes.
You might need some workers.
Shush, Adam. You are the worker. You have nothing else to do all summer.
Oh. Harsh but fair.
Red shoes.
Okay, Jeremy.
Yes?
Well, talking of clothing, Murray has an idea of you designing a line of T-shirts. Any thoughts about that?
I will be on them.
That's what he thinks as well.
Yes, good, Murray Tandoori.
Oh. So he's called Murray Tandoori now, is he?
He wanted to cook me.
Yes.
So now he will be called Murray Tandoori
I think it's excellent.
until I have cooked him. Then he will be called dinner.
Yes.
Murray Tandoori
Good.
had a good idea.
Yes. So at least his life served some purpose.
Yes, before his untimely cooking.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yes,
I suppose I'll look after Angus and Milo. Well, no, maybe Lucy can do that.
Lucy.
Yes, I was just slightly suspecting she
Who
might have...
is Lucy?
Oh, I'm not even going to tell you. I think I'll try and protect her at this point.
Yes.
Good. Yes, Jeremy. Jeremy Bird?
What do you want?
Well, I wondered if you'd be prepared to continue the interview.
No,
Why?
I'm combing my hair.
Jeremy.
Look at my comb.
It's amazing.
Like Jeremy the Elder,
Yes, no
who
doubt.
was a stegosaurus.
Okay. I thought he was a composer.
It's raining.
It doesn't really seem to be raining on me. Maybe
It's raining.
maybe it only rains on chickens.
Poor bird.
Okay, poor bird. Jeremy the Elder, the Stegosaurus.
Yes.
You're saying he was a composer?
Yes.
But you said that before, I mean, last interview, some other time.
Yes.
And now you're saying he's the Stegosaurus. So that means, Stegosaurus even, that music has been around since dinosaur times.
Obviously.
Which fans, I think, and fans of Jeremy, I should say,
Yes.
hope you're noting, because that's interesting information.
Bye.
But, okay.
I'm back.
That's great.
I was looking at the sparrows.
Jeremy,
Yes.
yes, okay. We all hate sparrows.
I am going to get revenge.
On the sparrows?
No, my birth parents.
Revenge on your birth parents?
Yes.
That doesn't sound very nice.
They left me
So this is one of your plans for
by
the
the
summer?
side
Is it?
of the road.
They left you by the side of the road.
I am going to cook them in the Murray Tandoori.
You're a fairly...
Horrible bird,
fairly horrible bird.
but fabulous,
But
yes.
fabulous, okay.
Terrible, but fabulous.
Excellent. So your summer is going to be quite full, isn't it?
Yes. And I am going to cross Patagonia
You're going to cross Patagonia?
on horseback.
But Are you sure?
I will beat the nasty horse into submission
This is not very nice, Jeremy
and
Bird.
ride him.
Dear me.
Yes. And my fans,
If there are any by
Yes.
then, which I highly doubt after
they
this.
will send me mail
Addressed to Jeremy Bird on horseback in
Yes.
Patagonia.
And they will send me shoes and grain. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Then I won't need you.
no. Well, goodbye, Jeremy Bird. Thank you for your time. Yes, there's the horse again. Yes, I know.
Well, following Jeremy is always an intriguing concept, so I'm just going to plough on
It's not
and
as bad
do
as
my
talking to him.
I beg your pardon.
I said it's not as bad as talking to him.
That's true. I have.
Yes.
I have done
Yes,
that.
you've had that experience.
Yes. At some point after lockdowniness, he and I will actually meet over a I mean, it probably needs filming when I actually.
Yes, it probably does.
Yes, we might remember that one.
Re-meet him.
Yes.
Yes.
Re-meet. Yes. Indeed.
Some of you will, of course, have seen the clip of Jeremy as a 1 week old or 2 weeks old.
Something of that order. Yes.
Chicken Ling attempting to pull Murray's beard out, as far as I can see.
I fear he might try again. In all honesty, he has expressed a few plans which are slightly worrying.
Last week did he not?
We're not going there. No,
we're not going there. Nobody wants to know whether he's trying to poo on you or not.
No. So we're going to take the now traditional moment of reminders. Now I know that
set up beautifully, if I may say so, Murray, by your Christmas.
Yes, indeed. I was thinking that. I know you may already have a copy of our CDs, but all your friends and your family and your neighbours and random people in Asda, they
and
haven't got a
maybe
copy.
enemies. Maybe it's the way forward. Somebody you really don't like, choose the CD of ours that you don't like the most, and send it to them. You don't even need to say who it's from. It can just be like this thing.
I mean, in the spirit of community that has really been fostered during this lockdown, why not buy 20 Ciderhouse CDs and distribute them round your neighbourhood? You know, there's all these sorts of wonderful concepts. So,
well, you can't distribute them yourself necessarily yet, but unless I suppose you could buy them and leave them for 2 weeks in quarantine and then put gloves on and use one of those I don't know. You could get it through people's letterboxes.
Yes.
Come on,
anyway,
you can do it.
I'm going to randomly wave them at the camera again. So we do have our very first album, which is Untold. And then we have our second album, which wouldn't have happened without lockdown, which is the InCider Sessions CD. And then, of course, our other band, The Ha, there's their CD. So, Wombles will have been posting all the links at that point in time. I am sure. I have great confidence in our Wombles.
And it's probably a great moment to thank the Wombles.
Absolutely. I think we should all take a moment for our Wombles.
Yes, because they have supported us by pressing links, or posting links, I should say, throughout these 2 series. Or
They have.
CRI, don't know really.
Yes.
And also, one of the Wombles is actually our agent, who has been superb and lovely and hugely supportive. And
Absolutely.
Another one is Jessie.
Yes.
Who has been Jessie, which in
She
itself
has. Yes.
is generally a good thing.
Yes.
And the other 2, Orinoco and Tobamori, thank you very much. Your efforts are much appreciated.
Absolutely. And we will sort the recycling out later, I promise. We would also like to take this moment to say thank you to our families. I mean, they're doing these films every week, going out when it was an outsider, or spending hours and hours. I cannot even begin to count the hours that we spent on the telephone system recordings. 1 5-minute video could have taken 5 hours. So really massive thank you to our families for tolerating us during
indeed,
these mad creative influences.
To Mr. Bell himself, if that's who it was, who invented the telephone.
Absolutely.
Excellent work.
Yes.
Not to mention Isaac Newton, who, as I understand it, invented gravity and apples.
Yes.
Without which we couldn't have cider.
Indeed. And thank you to Napoleon Bonaparte for sending Adam some more violin rosin when he ran out. That was most appreciated.
Yes, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. And of course, thank you to all of you for watching us every week, putting up with our stupidities. It's it's been lovely.
Particularly
to read your
Murray's, I
comments.
would say. Which brings us, I think, neatly to the end of our series and the end of our summer activities, before we start our summer activities, with another improvisation, which Jeremy will tell you the name of, and we'll see you all in the autumn.
Yes.
Unless we see you in the summer when we post something random along the way. So I should
Absolutely. Keep your eyes on Facebook. In fact, we also do have a mailing list because we do have a few gigs. Believe it or not, there are some gigs in the diary.
Yes, they're in the diary.
Don't know if they're going to happen.
They may happen. Who knows?
But yeah, sign up to the mailing list if you want to be kept posted as to where we are and what we're doing and so on and so forth.
So here we are. More music.
This one is called The Sword in the Woodpile, because Adam thinks his name is Arthur. Stupid Adam. Bye.